Right, okay, I feel you, right.
No matter how good you could be a world champion, I'm confident there is a kid out there, like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, that never got the chance to perform, but will whoop your ass.
I'm Daniel Shaw, 22 years old, living in Leeds. Currently working full time, fighting, modeling. Yeah. So I fight kickboxing and Muay Thai, and I'd say it was probably about 2 years ago. I mean, I've always wanted to do martial arts for years, but I just never knew which one. I remember there was a time in my life, quite a tough time in my life, where I wanted to find a proper way to exert a lot of frustration, and I thought the most practical way was to do some form of martial art, because I hear that's what it's good for.
Custom Jamaica. Nah, they ain't custom, they ain't custom. They ain't custom. Yeah, shout out Mr. Chun Fu for these gloves, man.
There's
Jamaica, represent. Shout out Mr. Fu.
And yeah, so I did a bit of research and came across Muay Thai and kickboxing similarly. And so from then, found a good gym, and stuck with them like a family now.
okay. And just quick icebreaker, because we know this is an intense topic and everything.
Yeah.
What would you say your friends would describe you outside boxing? Outside boxing.
Impulsive.
Okay.
Definitely impulsive.
And what would you say impulsive?
I'm definitely the friend who's like 9 p.m. on a Friday night being like, guys, let's do something. Right. Or something like that, or like a random Tuesday. Okay. Like, guys, let's do something.
Right, okay.
Definitely impulsive. Definitely, I'd probably say disciplined as well.
Right, okay.
I think a couple would call me disciplined, yeah.
Did it take you to learn that then?
You know what? Because you have to do it every session.
Yeah.
About a month, I could do it by myself.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So basically, how you learn how to
Muay Thai. Yeah, so I'd say 2 years ago, I came across this martial art. I mean, I already knew what Muay Thai was, but I hadn't really looked into it or tried to practice it. But yeah, the culture of it, the respect behind it, it was something interesting, because obviously you associate fighting with violence, but obviously when you look into Muay Thai, it's a bit more traditional, a bit more, well, in their case, spiritual. And so I thought, this is something I definitely want to practice, see how it goes. Right. And then my first session, my boy, Terra, we did a PT together, and I just loved it. Right, and from then on, I just loved it.
Okay,
yeah.
This guy right here.
Definitely means a lot more now than what it used to. So it definitely started out as like an outlet to, like I said, express like my emotion. But then when my grandma passed earlier this year, she was a very big supporter of what I was doing. And I dedicated a lot of my achievements to her, through the journey. And now that she's passed, it definitely means a lot more now. Anything that I achieve moving forward, which I would have dedicated to her, I still can, but in a different way. So I'd say it definitely means a lot more now.
How long have you been doing hard work for?
Started in 2021. 2021, yeah. So I just left school, did an apprenticeship, and then came straight here.
Oh, in like what? Kickboxing or what?
Personal training, level 3 in personal training, yeah.
Okay, cool, that's cool. So like, what got you into it?
You know what, I didn't even know what I wanted to do after school.
Oh, did you know? Right, okay.
Obviously used to train here as a kid, and then yeah, I just thought it'd be a sick job to have. Yeah.
Discipline, honestly, discipline is everything to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not exactly linear, but sometimes in some areas I might fall off, some areas the discipline will carry over. You know, for example, if I'm not training as much, the discipline will carry over elsewhere and vice versa. It's in everything. It's like people, I used to tell people all the time about my friends, and I used to laugh at me, but every morning I make my bed because I believe that if you can't make your bed in the morning, then, you know, it's a simple sign of discipline. Little things like that, little simple signs of discipline for me. And it's definitely worked, I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, yeah, here we are now, I guess.
Alright, that makes sense, yeah, fair enough. And me per se as well, I do make my bed as well. So
Yeah, exactly, bro, it's a thing, I'm telling you.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
So don't be ashamed about
Of
that.
course.
So yeah, next, so how do you balance boxing and your personal life as well?
That was a tough one. Up until recently, I didn't.
Okay.
Up until recently, it was all training. Training 5, sometimes 6 days a week, depending on my schedule and stuff like that. Now I've obviously reduced it a bit to spend a bit more time with family and friends, because obviously my grandma passed earlier this year, and it put a lot of stuff into perspective for me. A lot of time that I wish I could have spent. So yeah, now it's kind of more, you know, dedicating certain hours that are specifically for contacting family. I mean, a lot of my family are, well, across the UK really. I have some family in London, some family in Manchester, and it's obviously I can't just walk to their house tomorrow. You know, I'm grateful it's only an hour away being in Manchester, but you know, sometimes I want to put in the effort to make a call or spend some time in like maybe a FaceTime call with my family, stuff like that. That's where it's at now, really.
Mentioning your family, like how do you know, explain to them like, I am trying as well, it's not that I just neglect you guys, like how, have you had conversations like that before as well?
You know what it is, I'm quite blessed. My family understand. I feel like a lot of my family understand what hard work takes, no matter what endeavor of life you're going down. So they kind of understand that period of quiet until they get messages about it. They don't really, well, sometimes they don't. It depends how long I've gone without contacting them. You know, obviously you get the old, like, oh, I haven't seen you, oh, I forgot your face, I forgot what you look like, and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I do make the effort to actually check in now. I'd say at the beginning, it was a bit more like, why we're not hearing from you? But now it's kind of, well, now everyone's cool with it. Family, friends, everyone's cool with it now.
Nice. Nice. 2. Nice. Back and then left elbow. Nice. Same again. Good. Elbow here. Kick. Nice. Teep. Nice. Teep the chest. Nice. Body first. Nice. Good. One more time. Teep the body. Nice.
I've definitely learned a lot over the years about personal brand. It can definitely create opportunities you didn't expect to happen. You know, you could just do something as simple as posting, and next thing you know, you could have an opportunity to be doing like a paid shoot, or you might be able to post and you might get a DM from this person who can take you somewhere. You know, you never know. Posting content, you know, like what you're doing as well with the videography, stuff like that, and it reaches a larger audience now, and you can achieve, you know, opportunities you never thought you could before in that world and in life in general. Is to build meaningful connections through your own personal identity. And so if you expand that into social media, probably has the most eyes on it ever. And you know, it's kind of a no-brainer, really, goes hand in hand.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Especially with social media as well. I mean, how important is it for you to get your personality out there?
Thought you could before. You even notice it just in everyday life, you know, even if you're going down the corporate route, which, you know, I have, there are a lot of places and a lot of companies hire based off personality, your own personal brand. And if you have the opportunity to post on social media or, you know, develop a craft that you're really good at, get it online and get it out there, because it's the best and most organic way to grow yourself now. Pictures and like the best life, but little slightly more vulnerable things like this are best ways to get the personality out. I do think that is very important. Like I said, people buy into you, no matter what it is you do. I'm definitely still working on that.
Take you through then, just then. Was there like a proper routine or?
Going through the motions.
Okay.
So, obviously, it's about the basics in it. That kick, the 1-2s. Obviously, we had some flashy stuff in there, like the elbows and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But really, he'll work you on the fundamentals. The 1-2 kick will win you a fight. As long as you're defensively sound, 1-2 kick will win you fights. 1-2 kick T will win you fights. And that's what it is really. You know, like I said, we had the flashy bits in there, but ultimately, the basics will win the fights.
Okay, fair enough.
Still say disciplined, you know. It's not just something to do with the fights, you know, discipline's important. I mean, I'm not no life coach, but from my experiences, you know, discipline's important through all aspects of life. And definitely a big one is that I can speak for a lot of fighters with this one. A lot of us, a large majority of us are not naturally violent people just because we like to fight. So obviously I don't want people, you know, thinking that because I fight and, you know, enjoy kicking and punching and kneeing, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be doing that outside of the ring or in public, you know. We enjoy the community, we enjoy the family vibes it creates. You know, we are nice people for the majority. We are nice people, so, you know, I don't want people obviously thinking I'm a villain because of the fighting. Don't get me wrong, we have to be able to have the switch. When it's time to go, it's time to go. You know what I mean? And you realize that when you fight and you train, like, that's definitely not one thing to take for granted, but, you know, outside of the ring, very different, very, very different.
Right, that makes sense. So, I mean, along with that as well, what's the hardest part about being a boxer?
Definitely I'd say it's between the physical training and the balance, so the work-life balance. The physical training, obviously, because I do Muay Thai kickboxing, it's very physical. It's a lot of conditioning, a lot of pain. Some points can be tears, a lot of blood, you know, a lot goes into it. The rhythm there. Kickboxing is very like a bit more bouncier, like that.
All right, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Feints, few more, because you can explode into, you know, that kind of
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, for you, right, man.
Very here, because you can keep that light, you can check, you know, you can switch, etc. You can kick from
Okay,
there.
fair, right.
Definitely the sacrifice. You know, there wasn't really any major sacrifices that I've really had to do that were in my control anyway, growing up in my control. Now, obviously, everyone teaches you sacrifice. Everyone says, you know, you've got to sacrifice, but no one truly knows what it means until you are in the deep water and, you know, you're training every day, you're missing family events, you're missing time with friends, you're falling behind on, social interactions and stuff. And then, you know, sometimes you miss the last moments of a family member's existence, you know, and that can weigh on you quite heavy, and you look back and think, could I have spent more time? Could I have spent less time in the gym and maybe more time on that phone? Or could I have even driven down to see them? You know, stuff like that. And it's definitely, sacrifice is probably the biggest thing. You have a fight, you're in a fight camp for 6 weeks, you know, you have to watch what you eat, you're cutting weight, you're mentally drained, you know, your friends are going out, you have to say no, stuff like that. That's what can sometimes be the harder part. I'd say it's the way that I mentally prepare for fights. You know, everybody works hard. You know, everybody in the fighting game especially works hard. You know, your coach isn't going to put you into a fight if you're not working hard. And, you know, a lot of people go in this mentality. I mean, you'll see it on TV. You know, they're going like, oh, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to kill you. You're going to be peeled off the canvas. You know, all this talk. And, you know, it's great. It's great loud talk. It's great for, you know, masking how nervous you are. In my head, I've justified it as, I know I've worked harder than you. I know that I've trained for this. I know that my body is ready for this. I know that my mind is ready for this. I've done the hard work already. It's now down to proving the skill. And when I've told myself that over and over again, it kind of beats that toxic idea of, I'm gonna knock you out, I'm gonna get in the ring, I'm gonna destroy it, blah, blah. It kind of beats that. It's like my training has got me to a level where I know that I've worked harder than you for this opportunity. And it's almost like I convince myself that I will win before I get in without having to be like, I'm gonna knock you out at your expense. It's kind of like, I've worked for this. I know what I'm capable of. I know what my team have done for me. I know what my friends and family have done for me. It's time to just go out and prove it and represent.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is what makes you unique as well, you know, to doing those things and also making sure that you are better than them. You can't go into a fight saying that, oh, nah, he might be better than me, he's stronger than me, he's bigger than me.
Yeah.
So it's good to have that mindset that you've already won basically, but you know that they've worked hard as well. You don't underestimate them.
Absolutely.
You don't overestimate them.
100%.
So that
100%.
makes sense. And then lastly, what advice would you give to young people starting boxing? I know you've given me advice.
No, of course, yeah, we've been talking. Yeah, no, of course. Well, obviously, I'm obviously like not the most experienced. I've been in this for a couple of years. I'm not the most experienced, but from what I've learned on my journey and what I can say to people who want to get into it is definitely be prepared to sacrifice, but enjoy it. Enjoy the journey, because the old saying goes true. A lot of careers end in the gym. And I have seen that. I've only been doing this for a couple of years and I have seen world-class talents end in the gym, and it's sad. So I would definitely say enjoy the journey and take losses in your stride. Definitely, like I've lost before. Very important to take losses in your stride, because it's definitely a big make or break for people. Some people lose and will never come back to the sport again. And I believe that if it's something that you want to do, you have to come back, because you have to prove it to yourself mentally. And also prove it to the people around you as well, you know. People don't want to see you sad and moping around, you know. Go get up and go get that win, you know.
That's great. Thank you very much for this interview. Any
Thank
last
you.
few things that you would like to say?
No, I think we're all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Power. The same side with this right hook in. Kick at the end. Finish off elbow now. Same again with that. All three really strong. Good. Good. Teep. Teep.